Well, hello to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm Janine, your host for today, and it's an absolute delight and a pleasure to help you understand what your words, your thoughts, and your feelings are doing in your life, where you can shift this, change this, and create expansion in your life rather than constriction and restriction. Wherever, something to remember, people, is wherever there's resistance, there's a fear. Wherever there's a fear, there's a mistaken belief and a feeling that somebody else has told you something that you feel is true and is actually a lie for you. Today I was working with the Tasha Silver cards, and this message is what came forward. Mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. And for me, when I read that, especially the part loved no matter what, was such a ping for me. It just like, oh, look at that. Because people, it all comes back to love. It all comes back to where can we step into wholeness? And when working with karmic healing with clients, it's to look at where are they living their life and where are they living a life from their parents, their teachers, or their past? Where is a generational belief coming through? What is a community-based perception that they are living in that is a truth possibly for the community and not necessarily for themselves? Let's be honest, when we're very young, those of us who followed Father Christmas until we came to understand that, well, guess what? That was not a truth. That is not a truth anymore. And that, yes, gift giving is wonderful. That St. Nicholas might have been there, or whomever the person was. Your parents are actually buying those Christmas presents. It's the belief that shifts and changes, along with a little bit of trust being lost. And that is a subject for another day. Where do you feel that your mistakes from your past are holding you back? You can never move forward because you made a mistake in the past. Instead of looking at it and saying, was it a mistake? Was it just something that happened? What is my perception around this? And where did I take on somebody else's belief around that mistake? Because as we are able to step forward and beyond other people's perceptions and beliefs that we take on our own, we expand ourselves into owning it's just a mistake. What good can come from this? Where can I move forward at a deeper level? And where do I get to try again? And I dislike the word try. So where am I working on moving forward, shifting better? Because remember, when we're trying, we're in limbo. And being in limbo is not anybody's idea of fun. So today, what have we looked at? Well, there's truly no mistakes. They're just things that happened, ways that things occur. I was speaking with somebody a few weeks ago, and they received an apology from a close family member around something they did not consciously remember. This opened up a line of coming into wholeness for them that was so interesting because they hadn't remembered the event. And if the person hadn't stepped up and said, well, look, please forgive me for this, it wouldn't have opened up a completely different pathway that led to them seeing their inner child, acknowledging their inner child, and bringing love into their inner child. And it really resonated with me because I've had very similar experiences where I've gone to apologize to people and it was not part of their conscious reality. They hadn't thought about it consciously, and yet I'd been keeping it within myself. What it did for both of us would be to open up different paths of creation rather than constriction. People, when something feels heavy, we get to shift it. When something feels light, we get to release it, to do it, to take action on it. And mistakes are just that. They're a take that maybe was a misstep, and we can release it. Something else that came to mind was I made the mistake of looking at deserve as being where are we not serving ourselves when we choose to deserve? The bottom line is, guess what? It depends on the energy we're working on it, with it, and through it. Because when we choose to say, I deserve better, I deserve to come into wholeness, we are actually serving ourselves at a very, very deep level, and we are stepping into alignment with whatever it is we are looking for. The question around it is, does it meet our core values? Does it feel light? Because when it feels light, that's when we deserve it. When it feels heavy, go and check. Is it aligned with you? Is it yours? And does it belong to another person? This is the way we avoid mistakes. And guess what? You're never going to completely avoid mistakes. They're part of growth, they're part of learning, and they're part of becoming who we can be. So I would love to hear what you have to say about it. Reach out to me on social media. You'll find me under Janine Kathleen across the board. And let's chat about what comes forward for you. Have a grand, glorious, and phenomenal day. And remember, when you choose to lead yourself, you get to lead the world. Bye-bye.